This is the brand new ArkPro from Olight. Holding the ArkPro in your hand, it feels very nice, and you'll notice it has two different colors of metal. It's silver on one side and then a gray or dark green on the other. So it looks very nice, but it feels fantastic. It has a metal build that feels extremely solid. And then this selector switch, it has this raised bump that's going to make it easy to select that even if you're wearing gloves, as well as this center button. It's concave, so it sticks down in there. Even with thick gloves, that's going to be very easy to use. Now, I like this clip they have on the back. As you can see, you can clip it like that or like that. So it gives you two different options on how exactly you want to use it. And because this thing is so small, so thin, so light, it's going to be the perfect sort of everyday carry light. Inside, it has an internal battery and not a removable battery, and you get 2,000 milliamp hours of battery life in this compact package. If you want to charge it with that included magnetic charger, just like that, it's going to take about 3 hours. But if you want to go ahead and use the optional USB-C charging port, that's going to have your charging time to only 1.5 hours. So taking a closer look at this here, we have a UV light that's going to give us that blue light on the left side. This is going to give you a floodlight in the center, and the floodlight is designed to be a more general wide light rather than a focused spotlight. So it's going to be great for up close kind of a use rather than seen at a distance. And then on the right side, that is going to be your spotlight, and that is going to be that long distance beam for when you're outside and you need to see at length. So you can see as I'm walking, this floodlight is just perfect for illuminating everything close to me, because when you go to the spot, this isn't very good for up close, right? But now at a distance, let's turn it up a little. Okay, so we can see that very clearly illuminated. Now we go back to the flood. You know, you can see the grass, but you can't see anything in those trees. So that's why having these two modes and having them very easy to switch between is super handy. And then on the side, that is going to be our green laser. So now if you take a look at the laser, you can see just how far that goes. Basically, as far as I can possibly see, we can very clearly see that laser as well. These trees have to be well over 100 feet away. We can go to our other mode here. So you can have the laser as well as the other modes. You can see that laser being illuminated within the spot. Little speck of green, but we turn the spot off, laser goes off, turn the laser back on, and now you can see, so you get a ton of distance on that laser, which is very cool. Now to use this for the first time, it says charge to activate. I actually had to put it on the charger just for a second and then it would turn on. But when you plug this into the charger, you're gonna notice on the dial the battery indicator. So you're seeing the battery indicator for charging, and then it also has this to show you the strength of your light. Let's take a look at the controls, see how they actually function here. Just pressing it once when you have it turned to any of these modes is going to turn it on in that mode. Pressing it again will turn it off. So if I turn it on now, I double click it, that's going to go into turbo mode. So that's going to be as bright as it can get. If I triple click it, that's going to go into our strobe mode. So here you can see the floodlight. I'm going to go to the spot now. Very different beam. The 3 different strengths of the flood: low, medium, and high. And as you can see, this does a great job at illuminating everything that's close to me. Now when we go to the spot mode, you can see what a different beam that is. It goes way further. I can see it way greater distance. Also has a couple different power levels: very low, medium, high. We can double click, gets us to turbo. That's the brightest. But then again, that flood, a completely different light pattern. But if you hold this button when it's turned off, it's going to go into moonlight mode. So this is a very nice subtle light. This is perfect when you don't want to be bombarded with light. Maybe you want to keep your sort of night eyes. This is a perfect mode for that, and then you get the longest battery life. Let's go to that spotlight, see just how much power. So that's going to be low, that's medium, that's high. Now let's go to turbo by double clicking. So you can see even more powerful beam on double. But keep in mind, you have that turbo with the spot as well, all the way down to very dim, which is perfect for up close and personal kind of work. So I'm going to show you that one more time, this time in UV mode. When I press it one time, it's going to turn the light on. If I hold the button, it's going to go between 2 different brightnesses, or it's going to just rotate between the brightnesses essentially. So the laser has a couple different modes here. If I'm just going to be using it for a quick second, I can hold that. Then I'm going to have access to my laser. It's going to go off. I can press it one time and then it's going to be on until I turn it off. And then when it's on, if I hold this side button, you can see it's changing the brightness of that laser. Now you can see here, I'm in our spotlight mode at the lowest possible light. And now it's both the laser and the spotlight, and that's going to work in any of the different modes. So you can see the laser just kind of goes as far as you can possibly imagine, because even if the flood is very, very low, like that laser is hundreds of feet in the distance at this point here. So it's very useful in that regard. When I first got this light, I didn't really understand why you'd need the flood and the spot. But after using this for a while, walking around with it in the dark, you realize that it makes perfect sense to have two different lights, because the flood is perfect for walking around. Like I can see everything I need to illuminate it. And once we get a little further in here, I'm going to go to the spot because I'm going to want to see a little further distance. So over here, you know, the flood's okay, but now the spot, you see how much further it goes. So having that focused beam compared to that close-up beam is just so useful. Flood, spot. Wow, such a tremendous difference between those two. Like this one, you can see everything you need close up. We go like that, you can see so much further. Just to get a real sense of what's going on. Go back to that flood for walking around. So that is the brand new ArkPro from Olight. I think this is a fantastic choice for somebody looking for an everyday carry sort of a flashlight that's not going to be too large, but is still going to give them very big performance. I like that you get that wider floodlight. It's perfect for illuminating the area right around you, but then you also get that traditional spotlight approach that lets you see at far greater distances. But that's not a great mode if you're trying to see your feet at a campsite, for example, where the floodlight is going to be perfect for that application. The UV light is going to be one of those things that some people don't use and some people use all the time. And then having that laser pointer is nice. It's really useful in a classroom setting, but it's also just handy when you're trying to point out something to somebody and it's at a distance. So if you're looking for a new flashlight, an everyday carry sort of a flashlight, check out the new ArkPro and check the link that we have taking you to Olight's website, which is going to get you the best possible deal you can on the new ArkPro.